This is why Elon Musk might burn out. Not because he's weak, not because he's failing, but because even the strongest people, when they carry the weight of the world, start to crack. And Elon Musk? He's been lifting the future on his shoulders for over 2 decades. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're fascinated by what drives him and what might break him, subscribe now. We post weekly stories that take you deeper into his world than anyone else. Let's get started. Imagine running just one of Elon Musk's companies. The pressure, the media, the non-stop decisions. Now imagine running 5. Tesla, transforming the car industry. SpaceX, pushing us toward Mars. X, formerly Twitter, rebuilding social media. Neuralink, connecting brains to computers. The Boring Company, rethinking urban transit. And now, XAI, entering the AI arms race. For most people, this would be a death sentence. Elon Musk calls it a normal work week. He wakes up at 7 a.m., skips breakfast, dives straight into work, and breaks his day into 5-minute blocks, like he's coding his own life. He spends 80% of his time on engineering and design, not management. He's in the weeds, in the code, in the meetings, and often in the factories, sleeping on the floor. In 2018, when Tesla's production was struggling, he didn't just direct his team. He lived at the Gigafactory. He said, "I was sleeping on the floor because I didn't think it was right for other people to be suffering and me not." That's dedication. That's leadership. But it's also dangerous. In a now famous interview with the New York Times, Elon confessed something most billionaires would never say in public. He said, "This has been the most difficult and painful year of my career. It was excruciating." He was working 120 hours a week, relying on Ambien to sleep, and said there were days he didn't leave the factory for 3 or 4 days. He missed birthdays, family events, friendships. He said, "I haven't taken more than a week off since 2001. And guess what happened during that week off? He almost died of malaria. Since then, he's taken almost no vacations. Because in Elon's world, rest equals risk. When he bought Twitter in 2022, things got even worse. He fired half the company, took on the role of CEO, renamed it to X, and started sleeping at HQ. He wasn't joking. He posted photos of his sleeping bag in a conference room. The media called it eccentric, hardcore. But let's call it what it might be, a burnout spiral in real time. Burnout isn't just being tired. It's chronic exhaustion plus emotional detachment plus fading performance. And while Elon's results are still impressive, the personal cost is stacking up. His relationships have suffered. His health is questionable. His interviews are sometimes erratic. And his public image? Constantly under fire. He's constantly switching between worlds. 1 minute reviewing rocket engines, the next deciding Twitter policy, then answering investor calls from a Tesla Model X. Even for someone with insane mental stamina, this lifestyle is unsustainable. But Elon doesn't stop, because he sees it all as necessary. He believes the world is on the brink, and that he's one of the few who can fix it. If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are against you. That belief keeps him going, even when it's killing him. So what happens if he breaks? The stakes aren't just personal, they're global. Elon Musk isn't just a CEO juggling multiple companies. He's the heartbeat of entire industries that millions of people depend on. Take Tesla. Its stock price can swing wildly based on a single tweet from Elon. Investors, employees, and customers watch his every move like it's a lifeline. SpaceX? The bold mission to make humanity multiplanetary hinges on his vision and relentless push for innovation. Every rocket launch, every Mars plan is deeply tied to Elon's leadership. Neuralink is still in the early stages, but it's promising to change the future of human-computer interaction. Again, largely driven by Elon's obsession with advancing technology beyond limits. And then there's X, formerly Twitter. Its future is uncertain, fragile even, as Elon tries to remake social media in his own image. Without him at the helm, the platform could lose direction overnight. This level of dependence has a name in the business world: key man risk. When one person is so essential to an enterprise that their absence threatens everything. Usually, it's rare to see this at one company. But Elon Musk? It's 5 companies at once. If he burns out, if he crashes physically or mentally, the ripple effects could be massive. Factories might slow or shut down. Rocket launches could be delayed. AI research might stall. Markets could plunge. Even the progress toward colonizing Mars might take a hit. The truth is, Elon is holding a fragile balancing act, with the future literally in his hands. And the weight? It's enormous. But what happens when the man holding it up can't carry it anymore? Is there a plan B? Or is humanity's future riding on Elon Musk's ability to keep pushing, no matter what? So why does Elon keep pushing day after day, year after year, despite the toll it's taking on him? Because Elon Musk isn't motivated by money or fame. Not really. Sure, those come with the territory. But beneath the headlines and the Twitter storms, there's a deeper obsession, a sense of urgency that almost feels existential. Elon believes the future of humanity is on a knife's edge, and he sees himself as one of the few people who can tip the scales. He talks openly about the planet's biggest threats: the climate crisis, the rise of artificial intelligence, the fragility of human civilization. For him, these aren't abstract problems, they're ticking time bombs. He's convinced that if we don't break free from fossil fuels fast enough, Earth might become unlivable. He sees Mars not just as a fantasy, but as a necessary insurance policy, humanity's backup plan. And with AI, he sounded some of the loudest alarms, warning that unchecked artificial intelligence could become an existential threat. All of this fuels his relentless drive. Every sleepless night, every factory floor nap, every controversial tweet. He's not just building companies. He's trying to build humanity's future. And that mission? It's bigger than any one person. But Elon has always embraced that pressure. In his mind, it's not just about what he wants. It's about what the world needs. He once said, "If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are against you." That's the core of his obsession. It's not about success or failure. It's about survival. And for Elon, stopping isn't an option. Because he's terrified of what happens if no one steps up. This is why Elon Musk might burn out. Not because he's not capable, but because he's trying to do more than any one human being ever has. He's betting everything, his health, his happiness, even his sanity, on the belief that the future depends on him. And maybe it does. But even the strongest machines break without maintenance. What do you think? Is Elon unstoppable? Or is the crash inevitable? Leave a comment below, smash that like button, and subscribe if you want to follow the story of Elon Musk like no one else is telling it. This is the channel for Musk's biggest fans, sharpest critics, and the people who want to understand the man behind the mission. Thanks for watching. See you in the next deep dive.